Hey guys, I'm Cyborg Sheep, and welcome to the Weekend Post. In this video, we're going to be doing a teardown and possibly a repair of this Compaq 135 watt computer power supply. So one of two things is going on with this power supply. One is, I don't know how to turn it on, because these power supplies are interesting. They aren't always on. You have to take one of these pins here and connect it to either voltage or ground, and it will activate the power supply. But that may not be the case for this thing. It may be broken also, so that's why it's also a repair, but I don't know. We're going to see. So let's get it open. Let's get started.
But before we get started, I want to throw in a big do not try at home. These power supplies can be dangerous if handled incorrectly. So please, do not under any circumstances have the power supply plugged in while the enclosure is open.
Alright, let's get it opened up. Alright, so got this enclosure unbuttoned, and as you can see, it's dusty. So yeah, we'll go ahead and clean this up real quick. Alright, so as we can see here, got a pretty standard arrangement for a power supply of this type. Got your power coming in right down there from the socket on the other side. Got some input chokes, and then going to that little component down there in front of the one that says Rev 3. That's a little bridge rectifier. And for those of you who've seen Electro Boom, you'll know what that is. And then it goes just a couple electrolytic capacitors, and then it gets I don't know if you can see there, gets switched on and off super fast by these two transistors. It then goes into these two transformers here. I imagine this one is the main power transformer, and this one is just for like some feedback, or this might be for higher power rails, and this might be for just like sense rails or low current demand stuff. And then we got some signaling ICs and stuff down there. And then we've got what looks to be like a sort of control board right here. And some output chokes and filtering. And then all the wires going out to the main computer. So, nothing looks too bad in here. I was hoping to see maybe like a bulging capacitor, or like I don't know, like burn spots maybe? I don't know. I do see a fuse down in there, so we'll check that real quick. So we got the continuity test here. There we go. So if I just test from the one side and the other side. Ooh. Come on, get in there. Okay, alright, just had to find a different way to get at it. So, if we just go in there, and we go in there. Aha! Continuity. Fuse is all good. Alright, so, just before I put the case back together, I did some poking around, and just to figure out how exactly this thing might be turned on. If you see that white wire there, and if I zoom in a little bit, you can see there it says on standby. So that white wire is probably the one that we connect to ground to make it work. So I'll try that, and feeling that, well, I guess we'll have to rip it back open again and see what happens. So I'm going to get it buttoned up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the power supply is put back together. We are going to plug it in and test out grounding that wire. So, we're all plugged in. And just make sure I'm in frame. And okay, so from the white wire and to ground. Nothing. Alright, hold on a minute. Okay, so I think I've found something. So, I've got the power supply here. Let's plug it in. And then I have this little electronic module here, and it's just a connector that goes into here, and then it's got a bunch of outputs, and it has this switch that allows you to turn on a power supply. Normally, for the other power supply that I have, this works, but with this, it does something particularly strange, and in fact, even without it plugged in, it's still doing it now. But if I plug it in, you can see it's just blinking lights in. So, and even without it plugged in, it's still doing it. So, let me show you here. I don't know if you can see in there. Oh, there you see it. You see that flashing thing? Let me get it unplugged and get the case open. I'll show you. See that little orange component down there? The one that has CR49 beside it? That guy, not happy. Now, I think based on the nomenclature of all these components, you can see if I look over here at a similar component that also says CR on it. So that would mean that those are the same components. And when I test that one measures similar to be a diode. But when I measure this one, so there's continuity one way, and then flipping the leads, there's continuity in the other way too. And if that's supposed to be a diode, that is not supposed to happen. So that's where the problem lies. Now, that component, I've tried to look at it, but the part number on it, it's not, you can't see it. It's covered up by the way it's soldered in, so I guess there's your trouble. Without being able to figure out what component that is, we're kind of screwed. I might consider desoldering it and taking a look at it that way, but I think for now we'll just leave it. That sucks. That's the thing though about electronics. It's always the electronics what screws up, and this is that, kind of. Anyways guys, I think I'm going to leave the video at that. I might consider revisiting this at some point, but for now, just a darn busted power supply. So, I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed.